The hardest person to meet may be the one you've been your entire life. Somewhere along the way, without ever deciding to, you became a different person for different people. You're more confident around certain friends, more careful around your parents, more professional at work, and more reserved around strangers. It doesn't feel like pretending. It feels natural, almost automatic. Then one day, the conversations end. The notifications stop. The room falls quiet. And for the first time that day, there's no one left to impress. Just you. And an uncomfortable question quietly appears. Who are you when no one is watching? Most of us think we know the answer. But what if the person you call a me has been quietly shaped by thousands of invisible reflections? Parents, friends, teachers, strangers, people you've loved, and even people you've long forgotten. What if you've spent so much of your life becoming the person the world expected that you've never stopped to ask which parts were truly chosen and which parts were simply inherited? Because before you can understand the life you're living, you have to answer a much more difficult question. Who is actually living it? Who are you when no one is watching? The strange thing is, you almost never notice you're doing it. You don't wake up and decide, today, I'll become a slightly different version of myself. It happens quietly. You soften your opinions around certain people. You choose different words depending on who's listening. You laugh a little louder, stay a little quieter, hide one part of yourself while revealing another. None of it feels dishonest. It simply feels appropriate, and that's exactly why it's so difficult to see. Because every version still feels like you. The confident one, the awkward one, the responsible one, the one who never says what they're really thinking. So which one is real? Or could they all be real, just shaped by different moments and different expectations? Think about the last conversation you had. Did you say exactly what you believed? Or did you instinctively become the version of yourself that felt safest? Not because you were trying to deceive anyone, but because somewhere deep inside your mind has learned that acceptance often feels safer than rejection. And without realizing it, that lesson slowly becomes part of your identity. The question is no longer, why do I act differently? The real question is, who taught me that I needed to, more than a century ago? One man proposed an answer that would quietly change the way we understand identity itself. An American sociologist named Charles Horton Cooley noticed something extraordinary about human behavior. After years of studying how people develop their sense of identity, he reached a conclusion that still shapes psychology today. He believed that we almost never see ourselves directly. Instead, we learn who we are by imagining how other people see us. He called this the looking glass self. Think back to when you were a child. Long before you decided whether you were confident or shy or capable, someone else was already describing you. You're the quiet one. You're so smart. You're too emotional. You're always causing trouble. At first, they were just words. But your mind wasn't collecting them as opinions. It was collecting them as clues. Clues about the kind of person you were supposed to become. And the remarkable thing is, your brain never really stopped doing that. Every compliment, every criticism, every awkward silence, every moment you felt accepted or rejected. Your mind quietly asked the same question. What does this say about me? Most of those moments disappeared, but some stayed. Not because they were true, but because they were repeated often enough that they started feeling true. That's the hidden power of the looking glass self. It doesn't force you to become someone else. It simply places another mirror in front of you until one day you stop questioning the reflection. But what if that reflection was never the whole picture? Another discovery revealed just how powerful those reflections can become. In the late 1960s, psychologists Robert Rosenthal and Lenore Jacobson conducted an experiment in an elementary school. Teachers were told that a small group of students had exceptional intellectual potential and were likely to make remarkable progress over the coming year. There was just one problem. The students hadn't been chosen because they were gifted. They had been chosen completely at random. Yet months later, many of those children genuinely performed better than expected. Not because they suddenly became more intelligent, but because something around them had changed first: the expectations. Without realizing it, their teachers became more patient, more encouraging, more willing to give them another chance when they struggled. And slowly, the children began seeing themselves through those expectations. Think about what that really means. Before the children changed, the reflection changed, and eventually, their identity began catching up to it. Most of us never had a teacher secretly told we were extraordinary, but every one of us has lived inside someone else's expectations. A parent who believed in you, a friend who doubted you, a manager who trusted you, a teacher who overlooked you. Some of those reflections quietly became part of your story, not because they were always true, but because you believed they might be. Which raises a remarkable possibility. If other people's expectations helped shape the person you become, what happens when you begin choosing your own? If there's one thing Cooley's idea quietly reveals, it's this: every reflection you've believed has been writing your story, not all at once, one sentence at a time. You're too quiet. You're not a leader. You're the responsible one. You're just not good at this. At first, they were only words. Then they became beliefs. And eventually, they became the way you introduced yourself to the world. That's the strange thing about identity. The stories you repeat often enough stop sounding like stories. They start sounding like facts. I'm just not confident. I'm not creative. I'm not the kind of person people listen to. But every story has an author. And most of us never stop to ask, who wrote this one? Maybe it was a teacher who underestimated you, a parent who only praised your achievements, a relationship that made you question your worth. Or maybe it was simply years of trying to become the person everyone expected you to be. None of those moments seemed important on their own, but together, they quietly picked up the pen and started writing your identity. And that's the real danger. Not that other people influence who you become. They always will. The danger is forgetting who's holding the pen. Because the moment you begin asking that question is the moment your story can finally begin to change. The truth is, you'll probably never stop seeing yourself through other people's eyes. None of us do. We're human. We learn from one another. We grow through one another. The goal was never to silence every voice around you. It was never to pretend that other people's opinions don't matter. The goal is simply to remember that they were never meant to become your author. The next time you catch yourself staying quiet, changing your opinion, or becoming the version of yourself you think someone else expects, don't judge yourself. Just pause and ask one question. Am I acting from my values or from the version of me I think this person expects? Sometimes you'll discover you're adapting because you genuinely care about the person in front of you. Other times, you'll realize you're slowly disappearing just to be accepted. Those two choices can look identical from the outside, but they come from completely different places. Every time you choose your values over someone else's expectations, you write one new sentence, then another, until one day you look back and realize something remarkable. You never needed to erase the old story. You only needed to stop letting it write the next chapter. That's how you begin taking the pen back. Maybe the real question was never, who am I when no one is watching? Maybe the better question is, who am I when no one else's expectations are writing my story? People will always have opinions. Some will misunderstand you. Some will believe in you before you believe in yourself. Others will hand you labels that were never yours to carry. You can't control any of that, but you can choose something far more important. You can choose which voices become part of your story and which ones end with the person who spoke them. Because identity isn't built in one extraordinary moment. It's written one decision at a time. Every time you choose your values over someone else's expectations, you write another sentence. Every time you refuse to let an old label define your future, you turn another page, until one day you realize you aren't becoming someone new. You're simply becoming the author you forgot you were. Remember how we began? The hardest person to meet may be the one you've been your entire life. Maybe that's because they were never hiding. They were simply waiting for you to pick up the pen again. Before you leave, ask yourself one question. What's one belief about yourself you've accepted for years that might have started as someone else's reflection?